What is up, guys? Welcome back to another short video. It's a fairly short video. So I spent, I think, £67 at Cex, and I'll put on screen what I wanted to buy, but what I got, because they more often than not they miss parts and stuff and then say they're going to deliver it, but realistically they don't. But yeah, I'll put on screen what I did buy. It'll just be cycling through that. But what I managed to get, so I haven't got the refund for all those yet, but I'll go through one by one the things that I got and how much they cost and what stuff like that. So first up, it's the cheapest. No, we'll go by cheapest or whatever cheapest. So we've got a 4GB stick of DDR3 RAM, 1600 megahertz, 50p. Can't argue with that. Of course I'm going to buy it. Alright, next cheapest item. So this is a NVIDIA GeForce GT 210, I think. 1GB card, £5. Can't really argue with that. I haven't got a problem with it. By the way, each of these graphics cards will have their own dedicated video on my channel where I benchmark them. Pretty much they'll all be on the same, well, most of them will be on the same games, but of course this won't. Say, for example, this won't run GTA, but that will. Then that's going to have GTA featured in the video, but this won't. It will just be whatever it can run. So that's the graphics card. It's just, yeah, 1GB cards. I'm not going to go into all the specs because I'll just cover that in its own dedicated video. But until then, we'll just leave it as a kind of a, what's the word? Not like a taster, like a, not a trailer, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. Next up was this £8. I did mention that was £5, I think. But yeah, £8. M.2 drive, 256 gig, Gen 3 X4. Nothing much to say about that. I don't know what I'm going to use it in. I could use it in that, but I don't really know, to be honest. I'll use it in something, but it was £8. It was local, so I went to collect it. So, you know, what's not to like. Next up, we have this £15 graphics card. This is the NVIDIA GTX 650 Ti. However, it is the 1GB variant. I did feature on my older channel. I still use that channel, but not for these types of videos. I featured a 650 Ti 2GB card, and it was a 2-fan card. But yeah, we got this tiny one. In my opinion, it's hella ugly, but I can't argue with it. It was £15. Again, same. All of these came from the same place, which is local to me, so can't argue with that one. Right, I'll just go with this one because it looks, I'd say that one looks better. So they're both the same price, by the way. So we've got this Asus card. I can't remember which is which. So this is the ATI Radeon HD 7070, so 7770. 2GB card. Not much to say about that. How connected does this one have? Is this the 3 or 6 pin? Yeah, this is the 6-pin card. Yeah, looks quite good. Again, we'll have its own dedicated video as with all the other graphics cards. So that was quite nice. That was £18. I'm just going to leave this one here. I'm also going to do a dedicated video. I don't know if you guys watched the last video where I got some free PC parts, but we've got this low profile card. Yeah, these are both low profile, which is going to be a pain because I don't have any low profile cases, but I mean, we'll make it work, right? But yeah, got these two older cards. This is a GT 720 1GB. No clue what this one is or if it even works, but these will both have their own video. If not, they'll be together, but most likely they'll have their own dedicated video each, depending on obviously if this one works or not. But yeah, that was covered in the other video, but I did feel like I'd mention it in here because I am just starting out on this channel. I have got past experience with PCs and stuff and making videos, but it is a new channel, so the views are kind of low at the moment, which is fine. But yeah, so I thought I'd mention it again. Right, this is probably my favourite one that I bought. It looks sick. It's got the heat tubes and all that sort of stuff. is this the one that was bent? Basically, one of them had a bend here. It might have been this one, probably. I don't know, I bent it back though. But yeah, this is quite a cool one. I don't know what the direct power bit's for, but it's nice. Anyway, this is GTX 760, 2GB card. Looks quite cool. This is also by Asus, or Asus, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, that's how it would look in the case. Not too bad. That bit looks quite cool. I actually do quite like that. But yeah, not too bad for, again, £18. So that is all for this video. All the parts I'm going to cover in this video as well. There were 4 CPUs as I showed you, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, they don't have them there, which is annoying, but not much I can do about that, so we'll just move on. I do check pretty much weekly on that CEX for my local one, see what's there, and I'll order a click and collect order. But yeah, that is all for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please do hit that like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.